A fun app where students can work with their words and phonics is called ABC Tracer. There are two versions offered, and I'm pretty sure both are the same. One is free, and another one is $1.99. But basically, students are able to pull up their ABCs and they're able to trace them. The app will show you the right strokes that you're supposed to make when writing a letter, and if you make the incorrect stroke when tracing it, it will turn red, and then you'll have to go back and fix it and trace it correctly. They offer other things, such as you have to trace letters, or you have to find the correct animal that matches with the letter. So B, you'd have to find the bird that matches with it. And they also offer the ABC song. So this is a fun way to work with words and phonics with your early learners or even English language learners. Another app that I particularly love is called Go Talk Now. Go Talk Now is a little expensive. It's $79.99 as shown right here. However, it offers amazing ways for students with disabilities that cannot speak communicate with you. It is an augmentative and alternative communication tool, and you can create different books for your students. For example, if you have a student that can't communicate that they want to eat, you can create a book of like different food items that they usually eat, or maybe different food items that are offered in the cafeteria for the day, for them to choose what they want. And they can, let's say they point to two decisions and they're not sure which one they want, you can pull them up and they can make a decision instead of having like 5 different decisions to choose from. They can also like create their own sentences, like I feel very tired, or they can take a picture of the pantry, for example, of different snacks that they can choose from, and they can point to which snack they want. So it's a very interactive app, and teachers can create books for their students and send them to their parents. So even though the app is $79.99, that doesn't necessarily mean that the parent has to buy it. They can send it to them like online or things like that. So even though it is a very expensive app, it is very helpful and very useful, especially with students with communication disorders.
Another good app to have in the classroom is Grammar Games. It is $1.99. However, it's good because you can have different users, so each student can have their own user, and they can learn their grammar in a fun and interactive way. They can learn nouns, pronouns, adjectives, adverbs, things like that, all in an interactive game. That way they're not just looking at a chalkboard or a whiteboard or a smartboard. This gives them a fun way to learn all of their grammar, and it makes it interesting for the students. Another great app to have is called Bookabee, and it's completely free. It is available for the iPad, and Bookabee is a storytelling app that allows students to create their own stories. It has different characters and different backgrounds. That way they don't really have to have any drawing abilities or anything like that. They just pick and choose each different thing that they want. Also, you can upload your own pictures so that it can be more personal, and this allows students so that they can tell their stories and those kinds of things and have something to look at, so there's a visual along with the story. And it's really interesting for students so that they can get their creative juices flowing and tell their stories that they may have. Chirp is another free app that is really good because it allows you to share information, and the information will be sung to you. And that's really good because we're wanting to incorporate technology in the classroom, and this allows students to be able to share things, kind of like you would do on a social media app, but sharing important things, not just fun everyday things, which is okay to do now and then, but it's great to share good information and information that is important than just information that's fun. And this is a really good app to teach students how to share.
Another app I would like to tell you about is the NOAA World Radar app. This is a simple app that students can use in science class that they can even like select their own city and search a city and keep track of the weather in that city. They can do this at home or in class. It's a free app as shown here for the iPhone and iPad. And so students can search a city and keep track of the city. It shows the forecast for the day, and it even keeps track of things such as like the temperature and what's been going on throughout the day there. Another fun app that can be used in a social studies class is Map Projector with Google Maps. Basically, students can pick a city and see what it looks like at that city. This can be useful whenever learning about things such as battles to see what sort of conditions soldiers may have been fighting under. For example, the Battle of Gettysburg. It's a state park, so it still looks exactly or nearly exactly the same as it did during the battle. So students can explore that and see what that looks like from home.
iBooks turns your iPad into like a Kindle or a Nook. You are able to download all different kinds of books, and what's good about this app is that it comes in all different kinds of languages. So your ELL students, the students who are learning to speak and to read English, it's good for them because they can read the story or the book in their native language and then go back and find similarities with English language. And it's really good, and it's free. So this way students can read books. If you don't have them in the classroom, you can just download it, and you can download it into any language that you need. A really good app to have for any subject is Brain Pop Junior Movie of the Week. It is available for the iPad for free. It is an app that is great for kindergarten through 3rd grade. It spans all kinds of subjects. That way it's not just one subject that the students are working on. They're working on science, health, reading, writing, math, and all those kinds of things. It's great for kids to form their own ideas, and they have 2 characters that the students follow with, and they are Annie and Moby, and their guides through each step and each activity. And it's really good for the students. That way they're learning all different kinds of things in each subject with an interactive game.
Another cool app that you can use both at home and in the classroom is called Dexteria, and this is mostly for children that need help developing their fine motor skills. They can do this at home or at school whenever they need to practice things such as writing or pinching or tapping. It works with your fingers, so that's very good, and it also has been a winner of the Editor's Choice Award for apps for children with special needs. It is $3.99, but as mentioned earlier, if the teacher purchases it, they can potentially download it for their students on their devices. Another app is called Doodle Kids, and this app allows students to get creative. They can draw pictures with different shapes of different sizes and create their own designs. This is a free app that students can download themselves. And you can use this for things such as like reading and having students develop their own character, like what they think the character would look like. And obviously they would be missing features, so it'd be maybe a character that isn't very prominent in the story. You could help them develop like how they would look or something like that. Or you could have them also draw a scene in the story. So it's just a fun way to get students creative juices thinking whenever reading or anything really.
This next app is a math app, and it's called Virtual Manipulatives. This is a fraction app, and it has games and things like that so that the students can learn their fractions in an interesting and in a interactive way. I wish I had this when I was a student because fractions were really difficult for me, and if I had had something like this, it would have helped me out in the long run. So this is really cool because it breaks down all of the fractions, so you can see that one whole is broken down into 1/2 and 1/2 is broken down into all these. And it's really cool that it keeps going. It gives you the list of fractions and how it all works. And you can write down questions and they can answer them. And it's just a really fun app that the students can use, that's an interactive app that they can use to learn their fractions. The next math app is Sushi Monster. And this is a good one because it works on your math facts. It's also free, and it's really fun, and you have to concentrate because it will throw out distractions that can mess you up, and you have to get all of them correct. And it's a fun little game, and it does addition, multiplication, and it's a bunch of different facts that students need to know, but it's a good way for them to learn them in a fun and interactive way.
For math, a fun game for students to play is called Cash Cow. It is 99 cents and it can be uploaded onto your iPhone or iPod, and I believe also your iPad. And basically, students play a story mode game where they have to help try to save Buck's farm. Buck is the cow, and all the banks are gone under, so basically the students have to play a matching game where they have to raise a certain amount of money to help save the farm. So this is not only good with addition and subtraction skills, but also with their money skills, because they're able to see the coins, and the coins are actually like different sizes. And the more money that they raise, for example, in this one right here, the goal is they have to raise $12. So as they match the coins, their price will go up, and they have a certain amount of time, and I believe a certain amount of moves to do it as well. So this is just a fun and quick little game for students to practice their money skills. Another fun game, or not a game, but another app that students can use is called Spell That. Spell That is a great app because teachers are able to upload the list of spelling words, and they can even say it in their voice. So they are studying the words bicycle, boat, bus, car, and engine. The teacher is able to speak those words and upload them onto their students' apps. And then whenever the students go home, they can practice their spelling words, and the teachers are able to assess them at the end of the week. It is a free app, and it is simple and easy for the students to use on their own to work on their spelling skills.
The final app that we have is Scorative Student. This is a free app that allows you to review all of the information that you've been going over, and students can each have like a clicker or an iPod Touch, and they can pick which answer is correct from the question that they are given. And it's really fun, and it's a way that kind of gets everyone excited to learn and excited to review what they've already learned. And you can type in short answers and things like that. It doesn't have to be multiple choice, and it has true, false, so it's really good because it has all different kinds of things that students can do to review for a big test coming up.